Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back as always to another video on the channel. It's Ansonex, and today we're going to be looking at the best hero lane pairings, meaning that if you're in a duo lane, right, who are the most punishing, combo heavy hero pairings you can muster in those first 8 minutes. And this video is actually the second one that's been suggested to me by a viewer. This one was by @Gista. Thank you so much for suggesting this and commenting on the videos and watching along. Even though I have zero respect for your James Harden Brooklyn Nets profile picture, I will never forget when my Boston Celtics broke that super team up. Oh yeah, sent them all home. But again, thank you so much for suggesting it. I really do appreciate it, even though I can't appreciate your profile pictures. Change it to a Celtics one and maybe it'll be different. But if you have a video idea that you want to see me make, please leave it in the comments below. And if it's related to Boston sports in your profile, I'm definitely going to do it. But without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. First one, we got Warden and Vindicta. Warden and Vindicta are a incredibly powerful lane combo because they double up on really high single shot gun damage. And you can this is like a combo that I really don't see people use, but I think is so powerful. You can really easily catch people in Binding Word with Vindicta's tether. So you Binding Word, tether them so that they can't leave the Binding Word in time, and then you combine that with the high gun damage that both Vindicta and Warden can do. You can almost always guarantee a kill because you can just dump bullets into those guys while they're tethered there. And just a side note, before we move on to the next one, how about how awesome purple lane looks now? I think they've done an awesome job with this map. I think the purple lane change is like one of my favorite things that they've done yet. It's just super fun to play on in purple lane in general, but then the map as a whole, like, just super interesting, and there are a million cool ways that you can traverse around it. The skill ceiling for the map itself is really high, which I think is really cool. But we'll move right along. Dynamo and Bebop. This is our next one. Dynamo and Bebop are great because you can get an enemy out of position with Bebop's hook and then pairing it, not comparing it, with Dynamo's kinetic pulse. You can keep them there for like 300 to 500 damage really easily early game and just kind of hold them in place while you give Bebop time to stack the bomb on. You can lift them up in the air so you can get a heavy melee as Dynamo. It's a really good time. And a lot of times it can be enough to get a kill, and their ults also really double up probably as well as anybody in the game. Leave it down in the comments if you think that what like your favorite like hero ult pairing is. I feel like Dynamo and Bebop, where it's like Dynamo obviously black holes them in, and then Bebop can just death star death beam them from a million miles in the air. And so that's my justification for it. And so let me know what you think. Maybe Haze and Dynamo is a little bit better, but yeah, that's kind of my take on that. And before we go any further, I just want to give like a kind of pseudo apology for not really having much footage of these combos in action in the lane stage. I couldn't subject my buddies to play characters that they don't play just for the sake of my video, and then there will be people complaining in the comments about someone's ass or whatever. So I just didn't want to subject them to that. So I wanted to do a bit of theory crafting today. And the next one, though, we'll keep going right along, is McGinnis and Geist. McGinnis and Geist are really fantastic in lane together because they can really easily force the enemy into the open and into other parts, mainly McGinnis's kit. For example, Geist can throw a bomb at you and make you expose yourself to the turrets, like you got to get out of that cover, and then the turrets have an easy couple shots at you, right? Or let's say McGinnis can wall you off from being able to retreat, and then Geist can really easy throw a bomb at you. So there are a couple ways that they can really stack that up on you. Fourth, second to last for the video today, we got Abrams and Dynamo. This lane is tough not because the amount of damage that they're going to be doing to you, but because they will really easily be able to punish you if you overextend and probably kill you. This might be the tankiest lane matchup in the game, or lane pairing in the game, and that's just because all the combined sustain that both of them have, because Dynamo's got his healing ability, obviously, and then Abrams just has a good healing in general between his Scythe and Life melee builds that build into lifesteal. So they can really easily punish you if you're overextending. Kinetic Pulse also gives Abrams more than enough time to set up a shoulder charge. Like, you bump them into the air, and Abrams can actually go right underneath them if you time it perfectly, but you bump into the air, they drop down, Abrams can really easily catch them, and you can do 300 to 500 damage, no problem. That's really a sweet spot for the numbers in the early game. Last but not least, my fifth one here, we got Ivy and Wraith. There can never be too much of a good thing, and the same goes for fire rate with these two. It's going to be really difficult to confirm souls. You're going to have an easy time denying souls with such a high fire rate, and it's going to be even more difficult to stay alive if Ivy hits you with her stone form. And that's because Wraith, even early game, especially if she builds her cards early in lane, which is what I would do, or did, RIP Wraith, can quickly deal 400 to 500 damage if you're stunned in front of her, like it's common when you have a teammate that uses stone form, because she can spam a couple cards, obviously shooting during that time. Ivy can double up on the gun damage as well. So you can, or you could even throw a kudzu down right where they're running away at. You can do a lot of damage just because of the amount of rounds that Ivy and Wraith combined can get down range. So that's all I got for you this time, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching and sticking around over the past few weeks if you have been. And I want to ask that if you did enjoy the video, please make sure you subscribe so that these videos keep popping into your feed. We are 6 subscribers away. We are at 494 subscribers. We are so close to 500. It would make my year if we got to 500. So I can't thank you enough for how far we've made it thus far, and we are going to continue on chugging along. So if you did enjoy, please make sure you subscribe, and I will see you again on the streams this week and then next weekend for another video. Have a great week, guys. I will see you later. Peace.